Ella just came in here. Ella, I have a potential buyer and I am so excited to talk about it. Tell me where you're at from our last conversation. How did it go? Did you reach out and how did that go?
Hi.
Okay.
Did
Yeah,
you put
sorry,
this
Ella, go ahead.
together, Ella? This OM, you did this?
I did, yes.
Wow, good for you. Look
Wow.
at that. Oh, this presentation looks very, very, very appealing to an investor's eye.
Oh, thank you. That's so good because I changed it literally 3 times since finishing it this morning.
After
Since
after our conversation?
yeah, yeah. Well, I had to update the financials because, and I don't know if Minnie told you this, but after our conversation, I was thinking about it and I was thinking, at 20% cap is really high. And they told me originally that the financials were all in the Eastern Caribbean dollar. And so I messaged them to confirm, and one of the documents was actually in US dollars. So
Oh,
that
shoot.
yeah, that changed everything. So that brought their $9.4 million, or sorry, 11.4 million asking price. That brought it to like a 9.4% cap. And I thought, well, okay, that's not
Oh.
great. So I mean, it's okay, but
No, what are you talking
still
about?
good.
9% is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Nine
Well,
percent is very good. That is a very good number, but that is more of a realistic number.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. It's real. Yeah.
So
So
you're good. That's
I
amazing.
wonderful, because I have better news than that. I submitted an LOI to them this afternoon and got a call back. And in my LOI, I really did give myself as much grace as possible. I said I want a 6-month closing for these reasons, whatever. Anyway, and my LOI was at 10 million. They called me back immediately, one of the partners. He didn't bat an eyelash about the price. His problem was with the 6-month closing period. And then he wanted to let me know that they are open to seller financing and they will give, decent, good terms. We didn't discuss what the terms would be today, but when I met with him a couple of weeks ago, they mentioned, anywhere upwards of putting down 3 million plus would be ideal for them. That's 30%. And then they would likely do interest only for a year. During that year, they will consult with us to do a transition. And then they mentioned 7.95%. I let them know I have an international lender who will do it for 6. So I'm not super keen on that. So yeah, he just wanted to put it back on the table that they're open to seller finance, and he didn't like the 6-month closing time,
Yeah.
because I also put on the LOI that the deposit is fully refundable.
Okay.
So when I mentioned, obviously taking it off the market for 6 months with zero kind of exchange of money is, of course you're gonna have a problem with that. So what if I made, what if 1% or something like that of the deposit was non-refundable? He said, oh, we can do that all day. But they still don't like the 6 months. So I will very likely send them a new OTP, and that, or sorry, LOI, and that LOI will reflect probably 115-day closing instead of 180, possibly less. And I just have to figure out funding now.
Okay. So let's circle back. One thing I'm gonna say, anytime you're dealing with a seller agent and they're talking about seller financing and they are very thing about terms and terms and terms, you have to understand is they're not doing us a favor. We're doing them a favor. We're helping them. Okay, so
Right.
don't ever let an agent talk you out of it and making it seem that they're the ones giving you a deal. For one, nothing against agents, but agents have a very simple and easy job. They're not doing anything. They barely even advertise. Look at what you just put together, that this OM, you are doing the work. Did they do anything like this? No. So for them to now tell you that this is how it works and we're working out a good deal, and they're in the wrong. Okay. So one thing I will say, and I say this to everybody, is when we do seller finance, the seller doesn't win everything. The investor needs to win something. So the seller and the buyer has to either agree on one, the purchase price, and if they get the full purchase price, then the investor gets the terms. You understand? It has to be split in the middle. We have to meet in the middle. So if we're to negotiate the purchase price, then okay, now we can let the seller talk about the terms. So if they want full purchase price, they want terms plus full down payment, where's the investor benefiting from? Nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So these are I'm just telling you because this is negotiating. This is how I do my negotiating, and this is why I'm very good at it, because I am very straightforward. I don't like to sugarcoat nothing. It's just what it is, because I put myself in the seller's shoes as well as the investor's shoes. I could care less about the agent, because at the end of the day, the agent just wants a sale because they're regardless getting the commission.
Right.
So they don't
Yeah.
care. So to them, it's the more money that they're able to get out of it, the more money they get on the commission. So to an agent, I straight up say, like, listen, I'm getting you full asking price. So you're getting your full 3%, 6%, whatever it is. Let me at least now do my job and work on terms with the seller so that we can benefit from it. Make sense?
Yeah. This was
So
actually the seller, not the agent.
oh, okay. Sorry. I thought this was an agent on it. So you're okay. So you're direct to the seller.
Yes.
Okay. So you got to negotiate hard on this.
Yeah.
Hard. You have to negotiate. And honestly, it sometimes helps allowing someone else to come in on the call to speak to the seller, to kind of knock some sense into them, for them to understand that this is what it comes down to. And I'm more than happy to give you your full ask, but we have to negotiate terms. So if I'm going to give you the full down payment, well, then I want a very low interest rate or no interest rate. And there's not going to be a balloon payment of 1 year. That is not going to happen. You will not find an investor that's going to take 1 year. You have to either have zero balloon, so no balloon, or you have to try and stretch out the balloon as far as you can.
Yeah.
Because you have to have time to increase the monthly revenue, and you have to have the asset be fully stabilized for you to then make profit to then pay down the seller.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
if they don't give you enough time to fully develop that, well, then how are you going to be able to pay them in such a short period of balloon period, short term balloon? You didn't have enough time to actually fully stabilize the asset. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense to you?
It does. Yeah, exactly. When
Um,
I spoke to him, oh, sorry.
no, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, when I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, I was letting him know that, there's another property that I'm acquiring. It's small. It's a single family home thing. But they're doing seller financing, it's 0% interest over 5 years. And they're letting me amortize over 30 years. But there is a balloon at 5 years. But by then the value is going to be like, a few million. And right now it's only 500,000, 650.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
just said that you got that at 0%, right?
Yes. The whole time, the whole thing,
Done
0%.
deal. Done
Yeah,
deal. You will have a
exactly.
buyer in seconds. I will call someone right now.
Well, that will be the next thing I send you then. I'll do an OM for it, or a, little pitch deck, and send that to you.
Okay.
Uh,
While we're actually on this, I'm gonna already send a message to somebody that I want them to hop on here,
okay.
because they are the ones that deal with commercial and hotels. I told him
Okay.
about yours, and he was all ears. So I want to see if I'm able to come on, get him to come on here, and pass this on to him for him to help you out.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I don't know who else joined in here. Oh, Grant, thank you. You're finally here. And Jerry.
Yeah.
Grant, you could unmute yourself there. Tell me
Yes,
how
sir.
you're doing. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. All is well. I'm in sunny Mexico right now, and just taking in the call.
Okay, appreciate it. So I heard you spoke with Jameer. Things seem to be kind of good, so the ball's rolling.
The ball's rolling. Yep. No, we talked, and I've got a couple of lenders in Canada that want to do deals. I think I mentioned to you because of where I'm at in the process. I just need to get a deal under my belt and come to them with some sort of credibility before they want to start doing that. But I've got a fix and flipper guy in Florida and Cleveland that needs some wholesale deals. So I'm working on that. And, I want to get connected with you guys more in alignment with, your guys' buy boxes and, see what I can bring to the table for everybody.
Okay, sounds good. I appreciate that. Really quick, Ella and Grant, you are the two who I actually want to put in touch with. Grant, really quick. Ella, she's actually out in the Caribbean, correct?
St. Lucia, yes.
Yeah. So I
Beautiful.
want to know is if you have the contacts, network, investors, you name it, that would essentially be interested in a deal that I can vouch for without even underwriting it just yet. But she put in an OM that we could have sent to you, and you can put this in front of your investors as you are in Mexico. So this is a good deal for you to literally lock up for yourself with an investor. And I think Ella, you're looking for a partner on this, correct? You want to keep this for yourself?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking to.
So I think this is a great opportunity for both of you. I'm going to help. I already offered Ella. I'll help her walk her through everything that she needs, help her with the negotiating. She's already done a good enough job on her end. I actually think this presentation that she put together will help out a lot and make it a lot easier for you, Grant, to put this in front of your network of people. Because from my understanding, I heard you now have some capital that they want to put to work.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then I guess this is probably a good thing here. So Grant, do you now understand terms? Do you understand kind of the lingo when it comes to cap rate, NOI, things like that?
I veered off from our original conversation and I started looking just at single family homes and multifamily, but I do understand the terms. I'm unclear as to how to structure the deals and speak with the people who are going to potentially be funding said deals.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so
fine.
I need to get back into that.
That's okay. So we'll help you out. Really quick, I'm going to share you guys a screen so that you guys can see what Ella did for us. Just give me 1 second, yes.
Just going to say good job, Ella, just up front, because I don't know too many people who go out of their way to go do what you did.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I said to her as well. Okay, what do you guys see right?
Oh,
All right.
This one.
Do you guys see now her?
Yes.
yeah,
All right.
property overview.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so this is, man, Ella, people don't do this unless you're getting paid, like you're an agent. So anyway, she put this together, guys, herself. She is in contact direct with seller. So this property here is in the Caribbean, St. Lucia to be exact. She has a map view even to tell you exactly where it is. So for anybody that doesn't know where the where it is in the Caribbean, this is where it is. She has uploaded property overview. So she has already, man, this is like a sales pitch. This is perfect.
For
Like,
real.
Ella, this
Thank
is
you
this
for
is
that.
amazing, amazing, amazing.
Thank you. And
Yes.
technically, I am an agent. However, I want to be an investor. So this is something that I want to do for myself and for my family and for my legacy. So I know what these look like. So I guess a passion project.
No, it's good. I could tell. And the good thing too, and I already told you what's going to help you a lot in this deal is the fact that you want to operate it and you're there already.
Yeah.
So yeah, so here she's already selling the property here. She's pretty much just selling the whole damn thing with these amazing pictures. And now, so this is the general overview of the numbers. Cap rate of 10.5. If you are correct on this, you're looking at a phenomenal deal. Honestly, you are. So the only thing now that I would tell you is negotiate the down payment. Okay, so negotiate the down payment and lower the interest rate.
Okay.
If you're able to do that, everything makes sense. The price does not matter. It does not matter at all. So that's
Okay.
not really what's going to scare away the investors. It's more so what the cash is, what the cap rate is, and if I'm not mistaken, I didn't. Where did I see it? Oh, occupancy. So this is already at not full occupancy, which is good. So there's a lot of value add to this project. And correct me if I'm wrong here. Is there still room to renovate? Like, is it outdated?
It's not very outdated, but
Yeah.
it was built in 2020, and it was built by men who do not have hotel experience. So they went in and they said, okay, this is a good spot for the bed. This is a good spot for, they're not design-minded people. So there is room for just to make it more comfortable, and there is room for some upgrades. Some of the original furnishings and fixtures that they used, they just bought them cheap just to fill the purpose. So there's definitely room to improve the comfort of each suite. And the asset now, the hotel, it's built on just under 2 acres of land, less than 2 acres of land, but the whole property that the asset is on, it's just under 4 acres. And then there's also an opportunity, the same owners own the adjacent 8 acres. So that is
Oh,
an
so there's a
option.
potential of taking that.
Yes, and their asking price for that is 2.4 million. And there is plenty of space to do a lot. It's mostly cliffside. They have already started to plan residences there, but nothing has been approved, no permits or anything issued. But that's kind of what that's where they were looking future forward.
So another hotel would be okay to be built there.
Yeah, yeah.
So we should actually be putting this in front of a developer type of investor.
It could be that too. Yeah.
Because if this is the same owner of the hotel, then that already tells us they would be open to seller financing the land as well.
Yes, they would be. Yeah. I know
And
that.
I'm going to chime in here really quick. I do have a lender in Canada that specifically wanted to do developments. So what his criteria was that the developments they already had their draft plan in place, potentially, and they were either looking for funding or they're in the process of having the build happening and they've just run out of funding. He'll come in there and finish that up. But if we can put something in front of him that would be advantageous for him, I think we have the funds for that as well.
there you go.
Interesting.
So one thing I will tell you, Ella, on this, the way you can look at this and structure, again, I'm just advice on how to structure this deal with the seller is locking up this one here already, and you can throw in there with terms that you take over the land, zero payments, zero everything. You're just allowing us to take over the notes for us to come in there to take full responsibility of the construction costs. And then once the construction is completed and that hotel is stabilized, then you pay them their price that they were asking. You just want
Okay.
permission to come in there to start development without having to make any payments towards the land. You're already paying him already on his one hotel. You're making payments towards that. So it's to no loss to him of allowing somebody to start the construction cost, zero out of pocket to him. you're coming in there with the full money, the development started, and then once it's completely done, you pay him out his 2.4. And then you refinance that when it's completely done, and that value of the property will probably be, I don't know, maybe 5-6 million. Turn that around and then pay down and pay back the construction loan.
So you're saying that a good term to put into this deal would be to, like, it would be smart to get control of the land as well, and
Right.
then organize a deal, structure it so that they get paid off once that asset is up and running.
Yep.
Okay, I understand.
If you need help with that, I will help you on that outside of this if you want.
Potentially, I think what I'll do, because I know that you're a very busy guy, I'll probably put it together and then maybe I can send it to you to review, or we can connect and you can review it and let me know what you think.
Yeah, and if you want me to hop on the call with him as well, I could do that.
Okay,
Right, so
that
I
could
could
be.
just come in there with you and just let him know that um, I'm another partner of yours, and we're working on the acquisition side of things, and we're just looking at how we can help him develop the land without bringing no money out of pocket to him, but allowing us to have the responsibility. He has to. It's a contract. He's got to sign over the note to allow us to start developing.
I think that is something that would be very attractive to them, because it's three partners and they're not in agreement on how to move forward. One of them is very gung-ho about developing the land. The other two partners are not. So if we take over construction costs and take the note, that I think would be something attractive for them. Yeah,
But
that's
you
perfect.
can also go dig deeper and find out the relationship between the partners, because if you kind of, without saying it straightforward, but if you see that within the conversation that their partnership is not on terms that they really want, you can kind of convince them to buy the partners out. And then we come in there to buy their partners out. And now you become a 50-50 partner with this person who you now have a relationship with. Now they want to work with you because you just helped them with a massive headache, which is buying out the partners that they're not working well with. Think
Mm-hmm.
about what comes out from that. So there's so many ways of doing this, but it's on you to kind of get this out of him without actually asking.
Okay.
Make sense?
It's the pain
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jameer.
No, I just said that's finding out the pain point.
Yeah, it's all about conversation, really.
I definitely get the sense that one of the partners is very hands off. He just, goes in and helps with construction here and there. The other one is the one who is the majority shareholder, who handles most of the financial decisions. And he's the one who he's exhausted from it. He finds this too much. And then the other owner is extremely passionate and excited and has all these ideas about what to do with it. So he's got a very good path forward. I don't think partnering with him is a bad idea. Um, I'll think about it. I like that. I'm gonna sleep on that. I like that idea.
Yeah, I will be more than happy to help you out on this because I think you have something very good that you don't even realize is literally right in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting to me is that this place has been on my radar for, I don't know, 4 months or so. And this property has been for sale since forever. They acquired it through a bank sale in 2018, and they thought they were going to buy it and flip it. But St. Lucia's not a market for flipping. So it has been on the market basically since 2020 when they opened, and they have not had any serious buyers. Today, I submit my LOI. I talk to the seller, the one seller, and he says, "Oh, by the way, we're apparently getting another offer today, and also I'm going to put in an offer." He told me he wants to buy out his partners. So, yeah, what you're saying is actually pretty on point.
Oh, there you go. So now you know the next step.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to, if you don't mind, Ella, I'm going to pass this now to someone else here. I just kind of got to go through everybody here, if you don't mind.
Um, Pablo is here.
Oh, my friend Pablo.
Hey guys, how are you?
We're good, man. We appreciate you coming on here. I already kind of filled them in with who you are. And Pablo is this very hungry, ambitious wholesaler, right? Is that okay? Can I call you a wholesaler?
Yes, and thank you so much for the introduction. I appreciate it.
Yes. Fill me in. What do you got going on? I know I told you to come on this call. The reason why I'm doing that is because this Zoom is to help people educate them on things that they are not aware of. So every issue and every problem is going to help solve somebody else's. So yeah, just talk openly with me as if these people aren't here, and we'll just keep kind of going on what it is that you're doing with this Atlanta one, right? Is that what we're talking about still?
Yes, I
Yes.
just got the inspection from the Griffin house.
Okay. And
Yeah, so I saw it will need a lot of repairs. I was not aware of many things. So the first one is the HVAC. That one will need some replacement. um but they also send me a list of things that I will need to replace. They mentioned the foundation has a little bit of mold. So to be honest, I don't know how to address this type of issues or get a quote. I don't know if I should get a quote just from contractors.
you want me to tell
um
you what to do?
I'm
Do you want me to
sorry.
give you my honest opinion?
Yes.
Okay, if this is still the same property that you and I were discussing, and I
Mm-hmm.
already told you that there already was barely any wiggle room, and you had your renovation costs on a low end, and I told you, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna already be out of money. Already with you saying foundation issues and HVAC work, HVAC, it could go very pricey. So
Yes.
from from my spot, I would say walk. And if you
Okay.
don't want to walk, then guess what? You have every right to renegotiate. Now that you have the
Okay.
inspection report, you have something to go off of. So you now have the opportunity to renegotiate and use it to bring the price down, right?
Okay.
So keep your renovation cost that you have already originally, but now you have to add to it. I would add another 15 to 20 on top.
Yes.
And that will be
Okay.
able to cover you and hopefully break even. But at least you're getting this property for a very, very good deal.
Yes, it's a good price, and the thing is, I got two people. One lady, she's a realtor and she's interested in doing a rent to own, and she
Yep.
wants to do the repairs. She told me that her husband can do the repairs, and she doesn't mind, and she would like to refi within a year. And I have this Hispanic guy who told me that he doesn't mind doing the repairs, but he will need a seller financing. So I was thinking maybe I will sell with a land contract, like contract for deed.
Yep.
That way I'm not giving away the deed.
Yep.
But the thing is, I don't know how to structure that, or if I should go that way, because I know the house will need some serious repairs.
So all you have to do really in this, and if you already have somebody that's willing to pay and do the renovations themselves, put that in writing. Protect yourself,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
All you have to do is just make sure that you're protecting yourself from all of this. Jameer, do you have anything you can touch on this one? Any feedback?
The biggest thing for me when you said that it has some structural issues, that's going that could be a pretty big red flag because depending on how deep that issue is, it can it could create a huge headache for you, just like Sergio already said.
Yeah.
So, but just like Sergio said, you can definitely move forward with it, um, and see if you could get a buyer for that.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
also
structure.
I
Go ahead.
got two buyers that are willing to just take over. They will get a Harmony loan. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should do a lease option or a land contract and hold it for 30 years. I also have this private money lender where I can partner, maybe doing a grab. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
So you do know that you have the ball in your court where you already have people in place and people who are willing to pay for it, right? So use
Yes.
that, use that as leverage. Like you have an advantage here, but just be very mindful that you're also playing with fire when you're talking foundation issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Okay.
So again, I'm not gonna say it after this one. Reach out to Abraham. Abraham is definitely someone who can answer that for you and whether you should go through with it or not. He's there from Atlanta, right? And
Yes.
he comes across things like this all the time. So this is probably a good question to ask him, and he can tell you whether to move forward or not. I'm not telling you this is
Okay.
not bad. I'm not saying this is a good deal, but I'm also not saying it's a bad deal. You have
Yes.
two ways of looking at it where you can come out on the plus side of it, but you also have the risk and the possibility of going and digging yourself a bigger hole, right?
Okay.
Things happen where let's say that one buyer says they'll do the renovations, they'll do that, they'll pay for it. Who's to
Mm-hmm.
know? Who's to say that once they start it and then they start seeing how much of a bigger problem it really is that they weren't expecting it, and now they're out of pocket even more than what they were expecting. You know what they're
Yeah.
gonna do? They're just gonna stop the work and just say, "I can't do it anymore," and walk away. Now you're out
Mm-hmm.
renovation and you're out a buyer, and now you're
Yes.
stuck with it, right? So these are all things that you have to really put on paper to protect yourself if you move forward.
And that could
Okay.
be a relationship that you ruin.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you for touching on that one, Jameer.
For sure. Relationships are everything.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
All right, Pablo.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sergio.
Not a problem. Not a problem. All right, who's Courtney?
Courtney.
Courtney Simmons. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, fill me in. What's going on with the seller?
Hey, I got a property in Detroit, and it's a single family bungalow, 900 square foot, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. The seller actually, we're going back and forth. She has it on market for like 120. There's no comps to support that. Actually, in the area, it's like 60,000 to like 90,000, 100,000 at the most. Some comps that I see. She actually wants like a significant down payment on the subject to deal, and I'm telling her it wouldn't really make sense. So she wants at least 25K down. The property is rented out from the tenant for 1,300 a month. Her overhead payment for PITI is 749. So it's about $551 dollars of cash flow every month, which will equal to like 6,600. Tenant the tenant pays utilities, and there's no property management fee, so that's all profit. And she wants $25,000 down, and I'm looking at the cash on cash return at 26% at that, but it would take about 4 or 5 years to recoup that money. So it's not really attractive, and I'm trying to let her know that it's not attractive. So I might have to walk away from the deal because I don't have too many investors that's attracted to that with her purchase price and the significant down payment she wants. So I'm going back and forth with her because I did tell her the standard investing method is to make 25% cash on cash return. And but she does got to understand that, no investor is gonna want to keep this like 10 years just to make the money back and make a profit. It's just it's crazy.
All right, well,
Yeah, so
thanks for
she
sharing that. Yeah. So he is having an issue with this seller who is stubborn. So this happens very often where these sellers, they think they can become the agent, they can
yeah,
become the bank, they can become all of it and take
yeah,
everything that they want, but leave nothing for the buyer or the seller.
yeah.
But this one here,
I agree.
um, it's not a bad deal. But the problem is when you put this deal in front of an investor, it doesn't look pretty at all because of the numbers, meaning the ARV, the comps, they do not line up. They're 30 grand under than what she has it at. She has the interest rate at, I think, a high six or something like that, which is not, it's not pretty. And when it comes to subject to, for anybody that's done subject to deals, we get we get those deals free or for 5 grand. And she thinks that her rate is very attractive, and we're crazy that she's not able to get someone at that, and she should be giving it for 9%. Well, she's asking for more than 20% down. She's asking for a purchase price over 30 grand over what the comps are. And she's also asking for an interest rate higher than what a bank would. So what I tried to tell him is you have to tell her the way it is. And guys, quote me if I'm wrong, but why can't I just go to the bank myself and just buy the property traditionally with less money down and a better rate? This is something that she is seems not to want to understand. So yeah, this is it's not to say it's a bad deal because it does cash flow $500. But again, we have to understand, what you have to understand is what happens if that tenant that's in place, who she claims that they're very good, who's to say that they don't just pack up their bags and leave? And then what?
Yeah,
Right? So she's just lucky that she has a tenant in there paying that price.
yeah.
Make
Thank you
sense?
so much for that me because I'm actually after this gonna hop on the call and let her know everything that you just said. Because she was like, I see land contracts up to 8% more, and I'm like, you kind of confusing like
She's
seller
not. She's
finance
not
with
seller
subject to.
financing it. Her terms are not
Yeah,
seller financing. It's not.
right.
You're doing a subject to. You're what you have to do is you have to ask her and tell her, be like, I don't just convince me why I shouldn't go to the bank and just offer you the same price, or
Mhm.
sorry, less money of market value, get a better rate, and then get a better cash on cash return, because that monthly payment to the bank will be cheaper than hers, and you still have the
Yeah.
same tenant in place. So
Hmm.
she has to tell you why is it a better deal to do it through you if you want
Yeah.
all of these terms. And this goes back to the conversation I think I was having with Ella. You cannot have all of the W's. You can't. You have to allow us to have something. You can't
Right.
be greedy. So explain to me, why should we give you all of this? Where do we come in? What do we get out of this? And if she can't answer that, then there you go. You got
Yeah.
her. And then that's where okay, now that she has opened up her eyes, she's now
Yep.
open to listening. Now you negotiate.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that's it,
You're right
right?
about that.
So she's stuck. The
Hmm.
problem is she's stuck, and she's
Yeah.
very stubborn, and she really
Hmm.
is only thinking about, how am I going to get the money for
Herself.
this? She
Yeah.
has to realize that being the way she is, she has a potential of now of losing anything, where she ain't going to get a dollar and now potentially lose both properties.
Hmm.
Correct?
Right. Yep. And then it's not this one that because she's saying she might as well keep it. It's
Yeah,
another
it's a
one she has, a
duplex.
duplex. Yep, that she's
Yeah, yeah.
trying to save. Yep,
Which
she's trying to
she
liquidate.
exactly, but because of her stubbornness, she might
Mm-hmm.
potentially lose it. And
Yep.
what you're trying to do is figure out a solution to help her.
Yeah.
You're trying
Yeah.
to help her. You're not trying to do anything but to help her. But they're not understanding
Right.
that, and that's the problem. Is that
Yeah,
you're
that's
just
what it
trying to be
is.
realistic and put numbers in front of her that are realistic, and it's just when are you going to be able to come to terms and realize that? That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That
not a problem.
definitely needed to hear that.
Like I said,
Yeah.
if you have an opportunity to work out that down payment, I have a
Mm-hmm.
buyer. But the way it
Yes.
is and the way it sits, it's a no go. So if
Yep.
you're able to come down with it, see what you're able to negotiate her down.
Yeah.
If
And
you
I'm
do,
just gonna give her a number and tell her like what it is and because I don't want to waste too much time on
yeah,
somebody that ain't motivated when I can be finding someone that is motivated, you know.
yes,
And
yes, yes.
I just want to give her like a certain down payment amount. I think like 15, but at the time I'm not trying to make too much of a profit because like I said, I would have signed the contract, but 15, and I don't really mind to make like 1,000 or 2,000 off of it, but I got to
Makes it
make
worth your
sure that I
time.
pencil down the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like you said, it's gonna be worth my time. Like I'm done. I'm like done with this. I'm trying to get this done and over with, and just focus on other sellers out there that might need my help. Sergio,
No
yep.
problem.
Okay.
The floor is open if anybody wants to hop in here. Just kind of letting you guys know, you guys are more than welcome to stay on this call and discuss what you guys have going on with each other.
I'll cue in. Because this is my first call with you guys, how can I be of service to everybody here? I know this is a space to bring deals and discuss deals,
Yep.
etc. But is there any way that you can utilize me to either find deals, or are you looking for lenders specifically, or like how can I be of service?
Minnie, do you want to answer that, or do you want me?
Uh, well, we like to connect people, as you can see how Sergio already is making magic happen. So that's kind of what we do. And if you have anything that you can offer, obviously you can let everyone know and then share your link as well and see how they can use your service. Or if you have any deals that you want to bring to us that you need help to close, and we would be happy to help underwriting or look into it and find someone to maybe acquire your deal.
Oh,
If that makes
perfect.
sense.
Okay,
Sergio,
thank
if you
you.
wanna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
I'm more clear on this now. Yeah.
okay,
Thank you. Thank you.
no problem. Ella, I know
No.
you had your hand raised. What do you have?
That's okay. You mentioned you offered to hop on a call with me and the owners. I'm wondering how should I set that up?
Minnie.
Yeah. That's me.
She will actually schedule us in for a call.
Okay.
If your seller is comfortable and okay with us doing even a Zoom call, I actually would appreciate that. And you could just be very straightforward with them and just tell him that we just like to document our calls for educational purposes, but we also do respect their boundaries and the privacy if they're not okay with that. But it's just a suggestion. If they're okay with that, we would greatly appreciate it because it helps us as well. It helps all of you and everybody else.
Okay. Yeah, I can
Okay.
let them know that. That would be fine.
I appreciate it. Thanks. Pablo, you're good, man. You're good?
Yes, I'm good, brother. Thank you.
Okay, I have a question for you. Did you happen to have any time to call those two properties I sent you?
No, honestly, I was really, really busy. I
That's
can try to skip trace, or if you have the numbers, I can just call them right away.
yes, I could try and send that to you.
Okay, so you are trying to get these deals with subject to creative?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So, like I said, one of them they own it free and clear, and they're open to seller finance. So,
okay,
I want you to build a relationship with them, see what you're able to do negotiating with their terms, and
Okay.
obviously the lower down payment. We're always okay giving the full ask price. It's just the down payment and the interest rate. That's all we really care about because we have to make sure that when we go and get our loan from our lender, it's going to be
Yes.
able to cover those costs as well.
Okay. Do you know if the house needs any repairs?
No.
No? Turnkey? Wow.
Turnkey,
Okay.
yeah. Can I give you another address? This is another one that I wanted to see if you could lock in for me. This is in Houston for a fix and flip.
Okay.
Um, this is a possible fix and flip in Houston. It is on the market for over 117 days. It is owned free and clear. And for some reason, I don't know how, but it hasn't sold yet. It's free and clear. It has a lot of potential. Um, they're just vacant. It's vacant. They're not. They're not in the state. It's weird. So yeah, whoever wants to get
Okay.
on this, get me some good terms so that I could go in
Okay.
there, flip it, and then we all make money.
Yeah. What I usually do with fix and flip deals, I negotiate 18 months, no payments. And then I tell the guys like, "Hey, I'm bringing you my cash to fix the house. At the end of 18 months, let me sell the
Novation,
house or refi." Yeah. And
novation. That's what
yeah.
novation is, man. That's what I do.
Okay.
That is the best way to go at it. Do you
Okay.
guys know? Do you guys know what that is? Anybody? Please tell me
No.
no. Okay, really quick. Without getting into crazy detail, on the simplest things is a purchase price. Okay, we want to be able to go in on this property and take it over without buying it yet. So we want the seller to allow us. Oh wow, Ella, just like yours, just like yours. We want them to allow us to come in. We bring the renovation costs. We do the flip. We take care of it all, and then we go and list it on the market, and then we pay them once it sells, we pay them their full asking price and we take ours. Does it make sense? I know it's probably hard to understand because I'm not really giving a good example, but it does take some time. Um, Pablo,
What
do
do
me a
you call
favor. Please try and
Yes.
lock this one up just like
Okay.
that so that we can actually do a live call on it. Okay, and we can
Okay.
record it because this would be perfect. This would be a perfect example to explain to people what innovation is.
Okay. But do you want me to do it with the novation paperwork? Because I prefer to do it with seller financing and just take the deed. That way you have more control.
It's the same
Um,
shit. It's the same.
okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, if you're able to do that, so add this address to your other two.
Okay. So on this one, do you want me to contact the realtor?
Uh, yeah, you can because
Yeah.
it's on market.
Okay.
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 Um,
And what
yeah,
about the ARV? Do you know how much is the ARV?
I will do that really quick.
Okay.
Uh, um, the ARV on this one here is wow. Low 460 to 550. So go in the middle of that. That's your ARV. So you could say five.
Okay. 5.
Yeah.
And how
Other.
much they are asking on this one? Do you know?
Yep. 309.
309?
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good. So I will try to get a quote for the repairs, see what's missing, and yeah, let's see.
Oh, I could already tell you the renovation cost is not going to be any more than 50 grand.
50 grand. Okay. Sounds good.
But there's definitely room for more. But yeah, just see what you're able to negotiate with these guys, because yeah, it'll be good. If you're going to talk about renovation costs to the seller or to the agent, don't mention the costs. Never mention the numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, because the agents, they always say, "Oh, that I don't know who gave you those numbers. It does not. That's not how much it's going to cost. It's only going to cost this." Because they just want the sale. That's it.
Yes.
They're not
Okay.
contractors. Because if they were contractors and investors, Ella, no offense to you, they would buy the deal.
Okay.
That's why
Okay.
agents say they make me sometimes chuckle a little bit, because they want to give all the advice on investments, but yet you go and ask them and they don't even have a portfolio of more than one house. But yeah, they're trying to tell you how to invest.
Yes, that's
Crazy.
crazy. So even at these numbers, the deal makes sense for a fix and flip. It's crazy. Or how you want me to get it?
I want to see what
Okay.
you can come up with. Like, yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So let's see what you can come up with, and let's work together on this. And
Okay.
yeah. All right. This is a deal. I know it's a deal. It's just let me see what you can do.
Perfect.
All right. So you got 3 already to go.
Can I jump in 1 minute? Marcus, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Hey. So Sergio, Marcus is in Gator. So I want to connect you because he has his a private money lender. Pablo, you may want to connect with Marcus as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
You could also connect you guys if you want. I just want to say this
Yep.
because Sergio gotta go.
Marcus, really quick, where are you out of?
So I'm over here based in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay. And you do lending?
I do.
Okay. Well, then yeah, we could definitely use you. I'm always looking for other lenders. I actually have, you might even be working for them or with them, but I have two wholesalers out in San Antonio that that's like their market. I don't really dabble too much because I don't have buyers in San Antonio, but I could probably put you in touch with them if you have not already.
Yeah. Yeah. Go and share them their contact info. I'll be in touch with them.
Have,
Wouldn't
have you heard of somebody that goes by the name Elijah from San Antonio?
Elijah,
This guy's a hustler. I can't keep up.
is he working by himself or is he representing a
Yeah,
company?
he is. He's by himself. I will put you in contact with him because he might
Mhm.
need. I gotta go. I apologize. I wish I had more time. But we could definitely link up soon. Talk about
Hmm.
what you're able to offer for us, what your requirements are, what you need. But really quick, are you able to help out on people who are not Americans?
That's a very good question.
That's
Um,
that's the challenge.
yeah, so it just depends on their credibility. That's what I really look for. Their credibility and also their skin in the game, right? Now, however, if it doesn't fit my criteria for whatever reason, I just don't, say, hey, best of luck, right? No, I also do help raise capital as well. So whatever the proposal is or the opportunity, whatever, yeah, you can just share me the details. I'll convert that over to my PML network, and then we can, maybe we can find you the right person that can, right?
Okay, I appreciate it. Pablo, you
Yeah.
smirked a little because I think that kind of confirmed what I told you earlier about non-Americans and the criteria that we need that they tell us we don't. There it is.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, it's not all sunshine and rainbows like they make it out for us. It is definitely a struggle and goes back to why I'm doing this to help us. It's not easy. It's not. All right. But yeah, we'll see what we could do. Marcus, I appreciate you coming on here. Let us know. Um, I have to go. Jimmy and Minnie are here to help you guys out, and you guys can help each other out.